and I'm getting quite excited about it, because like I say, this doll is just satisfying a lifelong desire which hasn't gone, for a lifelike doll that I can dress up. I want to get it like nice, cute little shoes. You know, like you can get like really cute little vintage hats and stuff, and like dress them up, basically. And I just love that. It's just exciting, and I don't know. I just like playing dress up, and yeah, I just like playing dress up. It's just fun, you know. I'm a little girl at heart. I haven't changed. Um, and it's just fun. You know, it's just fun at the end of the day. No one bats an eyelid if a man goes off and into, it's rather sexist really, because I'm sure there are women who like to do this as well, but it's a kind of like cultural cliche, like a man going off into a shed to play with his toy trains. No one really bats an eye. It's like, oh. But again, if a woman says she has a doll, people sometimes think there's something wrong with her or something. I've seen this before. Like some people like judge women who have dolls. Like they think there's something wrong with them or something. Like, and I do feel that's rather sexist, because no one bats an eye about a man going off and playing with his toy train, sort of thing. And also, the other thing that's really sexist, by the way, there are some men who buy these Reborns as well. I know for a fact there are some men who do so, but they get so much judgment. Like people automatically think they're gay or something, or like they get so much judgment. Probably even more so than women who play with toy trains. And I do feel there's a sort of sexism there, like where anything that's coded as female, and by the way, it's all arbitrary. There's nothing inherent about dolls that says they're meant for women. Like men can play with them too. There shouldn't be anything against men should be allowed to play with dolls like freely if that's what they want to do. Just as there's nothing wrong with women wanting to go and play with toy trains or whatever. But people do judge, I think, more harshly men who play with female coded stuff as opposed to women who play with male coded stuff. And I have a feeling it's to do with the fact that in society, things that are associated with women are always seen as like inferior or like weak or something, which is really sexist and patriarchal as well. There shouldn't be any judgment on it at all. There's nothing wrong with someone who wants to have a doll just to play dress up. I mean, what's wrong with that? It's harmless. There's nothing wrong with it, but people do judge. I'm not taking his doll outside, by the way. I would love to, but people will judge if they saw me carrying a doll. If it wasn't for that, I would, but people do judge. So, I know that and the thing is, like, people always say, oh yeah, you shouldn't care or whatever, just do what makes you happy. But the thing is that I have enough to deal with without other people's judgment, potentially, because it's stressful. Maybe when I'm an old lady who's kind of doesn't care anymore, go on a bit senile, I will, but I'm not at that point yet. I know some women who are into Reborns actually will go out with them in like a pram, and some people actually think it's a real baby, and then some women actually quite enjoy that. They like to keep people in the illusion that it's a real baby sort of thing, and they quite enjoy it when other people find out it's actually only a doll. Some women actually get a kick out of that. But I'm not like that's a bit far for me. So I'll keep the doll strictly at home. It's only for my own kind of girlish kind of pleasure, playing dress up, for display purposes, because I've always wanted a doll, and it just satisfies a very strong urge, a very strong desire that I'm finally kind of satisfying, because I've had this desire for such a long time now. I just thought, life is so crap at the moment, I owe it to myself just to do something that makes me a little bit happy in this really shitty time. So that's basically what it is. Just keeps me sane. It's a little diversion, so, and they look real, and I can't wait to hold the baby and pretend it's a real baby, and they're weighted as well, and I quite like weights, because I find weights quite calming, so holding it will also feel quite good. And when I do get the doll, when the doll arrives, I will do a video. I'll show you the doll. Can't wait. The other question is what I'm actually going to call the doll, because she has to have a name. I haven't decided yet. I guess this is going to take quite some time. What to call your doll. It comes with a birth certificate as well. Um, so I'm gonna have to decide on what to call your doll. Probably a Victorian name, because I quite like Victorian names, or maybe a name that isn't that well used these days. Okay, so do let me know your thoughts. If any of you still have any of your childish or childlike, I wouldn't say it's childish exactly, but more childlike, as in sort of interests that like people associate with childhood, but like adults sometimes still are into. Because I mean, lots of people are into dolls. There's a huge market. I mean, many women are into dolls' houses, things like that. I'd love to have a doll's house, but oh my god, they're so expensive. Oh my god, the prices of dolls' houses are absolutely ridiculous. Like seriously, they are really expensive. It makes my dolls feel cheap. So I mean, these dolls' houses are just ridiculously so expensive. I had a doll's house when I was a kid, but it was like a really cheap one. My cousin, I think, if I remember correctly, did have a proper, like Victorian type doll's house with lights and things, and I was like, I really wanted one of those, but we couldn't afford it. They're really, really expensive unless some people make their own ones. You can make them DIY. You can make your own ones. But yeah, I did look, and I was like, whoa, they're just no, just so expensive. But yeah, let me know if any of you have any interests going back to when you were a kid that you still have, or anything like that. I'd be very interested to know. So thank you for watching.